So not only are we paying for the needles, the people that give them the needles are also giving them drugs.
Do you have a research study going on this right now?
Just stay tuned. It's breaking news.
Well, there you have it. Spencer Pratt wants to be the next mayor of LA, talking about the drug problem and the potential of the connections between officials and NGOs giving drugs to the homeless. Now, this connection comes after a worker for the nonprofit program People Assisting the Homeless that distributes syringes to drug users at an LA park was federally arrested on fentanyl distribution charges. So obviously a race that has been getting very hot and a lot of attention and keeps getting more interesting. I'm pleased to bring in GOP strategist and host of Media Exposed, Adam Weiss. And also with us, Morning Drive, host of the program, director of talk radio as well, 107.3 in Louisiana, Brian Haldane. I think if everyone understands that there's a potential for drug addicts to get their drugs, they're going to take it. Adam, start with you. I mean, Pratt's got this bold 5-step treatment first plan to combat the drugs homelessness, and his ads have been very effective with moms, dads. Adam, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, sorry. So we, they come up with these names, PATH, people helping the homeless, and then there's a not-for-profit, outside group that's funneling money from the city. So what the Democrats do is very clever. They get the money from outside groups, and then they start funneling back to the city. So does it surprise any of us? No. And this is what they've been doing for a long time. I remember decades ago, was with somebody, and I'm like, we need to lift the people off their homeless. We need to lift them off the street. But that's the way real conservatism, real help is getting them off the streets, not providing them drugs, not providing them fentanyl, not providing shelter. But, Los Angeles is not when I lived there in 2008, it was such a miraculous city. Now it's just camps upon camps of homeless people and encampments. It's horrible what it's become.
I think a lot of folks are looking at this race, Brian, and seeing it as a significant bellwether for California. And what's your reaction now to Pratt's surge in sort of his media rise with the viral ads, but also just a real common sense? He's almost turning a little bit more MAGA lately.
MAGA in California. Can you even imagine it? It's a crazy concept. But the common sense part of this is probably the bigger part of it is a lot of folks are turning in that direction. A lot of folks are it doesn't matter who's in office. It matters what the message is and matters what makes sense. And Spencer Pratt's definitely hitting on that. As far as this guy who's been providing the needles and the drugs, we saw a direct downturn in fentanyl deaths over the last 2 years in Louisiana as a result of passing laws that go ahead and punish those who are providing the fentanyl to the fullest extent of the law. Whether you claim, there was fentanyl in the other drugs or, thought they were selling meth, but they were really selling meth laced with fentanyl. We got tough on fentanyl in Louisiana, and it has been effective. And seeing Pratt use common sense to do this, it's going to go a long way.
All right, stay in California for a minute, Adam. What do you make of this? Gavin Newsom, the governor, says boycott Chevron gas stations. He writes on X, Californians, if you're hitting the road this holiday weekend, be sure to avoid Chevron. He says big oil is already making billions off of Trump's Iran war. Don't let them rip you off even more by overpaying for the brand name. California gas tax is 90 cents a gallon. Chevron says it's an attack on small business owners. Why did he go after Chevron? Does he think people are not going to see this and see that it's actually a state policy?
When I was really young, across the street from me was this wonderful family, and the father owned a bunch of gas stations, and he was never wealthy. Most of these are independently owned by small businessmen. They're not owned by Chevron per se. Chevron is the parent company, provides the oil. So attacking small business is unbelievable for a sitting governor to hurt small business, to hurt their livelihood. I don't know what he's doing, what he's thinking, just placating to the left and placating to environmentalists. It's really a bad thing to do that towards small business. Your own citizens trying to make a living and trying to, and it's their policies. They have so many state taxes and so many environmental taxes on things that, when you go from one state to California, like, how did it just jump up $2 from another state? That's from the state policies.